Why does NASA frequently cut off live broadcasts from space cameras? Unexplained events and sudden feed interruptions often spark intense speculation. In one notable incident, a massive object seemed to head directly toward Earth, then, the screen abruptly turned gray. Minutes later, the transmission resumed, as if nothing had occurred. Clear explanations for these interruptions are rare. So what's really happening when enormous structures appear in space or strange lights are spotted near the ISS? For years, viewers have reported mysterious blackouts in space live streams, whether from the International Space Station, SpaceX missions, or even images from Mars rovers. While official statements typically blame technical glitches, maintenance, or signal loss, growing numbers of observers around the globe suspect there might be something more. Some of the most dramatic interruptions feature alleged UFOs or unidentified objects zooming across the screen at astonishing speeds. Unusual structures and mysterious lights are frequently observed near the International Space Station, ISS, often appearing briefly before vanishing without a trace. These unexplained events have even caught the attention of the astronauts aboard the station. In 2020, Russian cosmonaut Ivan Wagner captured strange light formations in a time-lapse video that lasted about 52 seconds. He believed these might be non-terrestrial flying objects, shared the footage publicly, and urged his government to issue an official statement. Then in 2023, a mysterious object hurtled toward a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. Though it narrowly avoided a collision, the incident left a lasting impression. Such occurrences spark serious questions. What does NASA actually know? Are recurring shutdowns of ISS cameras truly just technical glitches, or is there information being withheld from the public? For decades, UFO sightings have intrigued and puzzled the world. But only recently has the scientific and political stance on these events begun to shift. Where once witnesses were often ridiculed or dismissed as fanatics, and the phenomenon blamed on science fiction hype, today the discussion is slowly gaining credibility and attention. For years, reports of alien abductions were written off as pure imagination, and sightings of glowing disks in the sky were brushed aside as optical illusions or simple misidentifications. But that narrative has shifted. With a growing number of U.S. military personnel, especially fighter pilots, reporting encounters with unidentified flying objects, and even a UFO officer within the Army taking legal action against his superiors, the government could no longer ignore the phenomenon. Modern fighter jets, equipped with advanced digital cameras, have captured increasingly compelling footage. These videos reveal bizarre anomalies, egg-shaped crafts, spinning disks, and objects accelerating at unimaginable speeds or maneuvering in ways that defy the laws of physics. One such object was seen vanishing into the ocean as though the water wasn't even there. The infamous flying tic-tac incident of 2004 drew major media attention. Witnesses described a smooth, windowless, pure white craft that seemed to move without any visible propulsion system, its behavior completely inconsistent with any known aviation technology. Such incidents eventually pressured the U.S. government to revise its official stance on UFOs, rebranding them as UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena, and announcing that these sightings would now be taken seriously. However, behind the scenes, the investigations reportedly lacked depth. Over 1,000 UAP reports were collected, assigned reference numbers, and marked with probabilities, yet most were ultimately categorized as unexplained and left unresolved. This half-hearted approach didn't sit well, not only with witnesses and military personnel but also with intelligence officials. Among them was David Grush, a former government insider once assigned to investigate UAPs. After leaving his post, Grush publicly claimed that his role was little more than a cover, suggesting the entire investigation was never meant to uncover the truth. Wherever he went to investigate UFO sightings, he found that intelligence agents had already arrived before him and wiped out any trace of evidence. He also claimed that colleagues had unofficially told him the U.S. government had been secretly studying crashed alien spacecraft, and even their occupants, for decades. Although the congressional hearing was promoted as a significant breakthrough, in reality, it led nowhere. The testimonies of U.S. Navy pilots were challenged by top military officials, their sightings dismissed as mere optical illusions, and former investigator David Grush was painted as a disgruntled alcoholic seeking revenge after losing his job. All of this points to a deliberate campaign of misinformation and the suppression of the truth about UFOs. And what about the frequent interruptions in live space feeds? A closer look at these sudden camera blackouts in space only adds to the mystery. If you're someone who regularly watches the fascinating live streams from the International Space Station or SpaceX missions, you've likely seen it happen. The video cuts to gray, or strange visual glitches, like a swarm of static, appear on screen. Radio silence can last anywhere from a few moments to several minutes, then suddenly, the feed resumes. But sharp-eyed viewers have noticed something strange. Just before the blackout around the ISS, unusual visuals often appear for a split second. These anomalies include strange lights, objects, or shadows. Similarly, on Mars missions, the video feed tends to cut off when odd shapes or unfamiliar objects come into view. Even SpaceX is rumored to occasionally deactivate its cameras when something out of the ordinary appears near their capsules. Are these incidents merely technical glitches, routine maintenance, or automatic system triggers? Or is something intentionally being kept from public view? Many theories suggest deliberate concealment, supported by numerous images and short video clips uploaded by users showing strange lights and unidentified objects just moments before the feed goes dark. The region surrounding the ISS has become a hotspot for such mysterious sightings. During live broadcasts, unknown objects have been recorded multiple times, some moving in ways that defy known physical laws, others vanishing without a trace. One especially dramatic event involved a group of 10 dark objects near the ISS. They were briefly visible before the live transmission was suddenly cut. And SpaceX missions have also experienced their share of unexplained occurrences. During a Crew Dragon mission, the crew received an alert about an unidentified object approaching their spacecraft. With no time for evasive action, the astronauts quickly donned their spacesuits and braced for impact. Luckily, the object passed by at a safe distance, but its exact identity remains a mystery. On Mars, NASA's Perseverance and Curiosity rovers have captured several intriguing images that appear to show unusual structures or moving objects. One particularly well-known photo depicts what looks like a rectangular doorway carved into a rock, sparking speculation about alien buildings. However, NASA later clarified that this and similar sightings are examples of pareidolia, a psychological phenomenon where the human brain interprets random shapes as familiar patterns, such as faces, animals, or man-made structures. When viewed from different angles, these structures are revealed to be natural rock formations, like the famous face on Mars, which look drastically different in subsequent photos. Still, while many of these mysterious sightings can be explained by science, some incidents continue to fuel suspicion that information about extraterrestrial life or strange space phenomena is being withheld. What awaits us on the Moon during the Artemis mission? The idea of constructing lunar infrastructure within a few years seems almost magical. Artemis will begin by sending a team of highly trained astronauts and scientists to the Moon, laying the groundwork for future settlers to follow. Interestingly, numerous accounts also point to strange phenomena associated with the Moon. For centuries, astronomers have documented mysterious lights, known as transient lunar phenomena, that appear suddenly and then vanish without explanation. These unusual sightings were noted as far back as Galileo Galilei's time and still remain a scientific mystery. Some researchers believe they may be caused by gas emissions from beneath the Moon's surface or by sunlight reflecting off specific lunar features. Others offer more speculative ideas, including theories about artificial structures or even extraterrestrial involvement. Amateur astronomers and some NASA missions have also reported unusual observations, hinting at possible alien activity on the Moon. This brings us to the Artemis program. After more than 4 decades, humans are finally returning to the lunar surface. With Artemis 3, astronauts will land near the Moon's south pole, a largely unexplored region, in search of water and other essential resources.